Hello students, welcome to your homework video. It is the first of many homework videos that we'll have this year. So as you are watching, be sure to follow your note sheet and jot down any notes that you feel would be important. So this video is going to start off our year, and it's looking at how we investigate the past, how what has existed in many cases thousands of years ago we can learn about today. So how do we find out that information? And generally there's a few types of people that are responsible for that, that ability for us to gain such knowledge. So that's what we're going to be looking at in this video today. So, first off, as many of you are familiar with, we have archaeologists. And the images you have here, you see not only an archaeologist, but included is a tool of the trade. And archaeologists, their job is to find evidence of human societies. And that includes both human remains as well as human artifacts. So archaeologists are working to dig up, to uncover various objects and clues and hints that can give us a more full picture of people and groups that existed hundreds or thousands of years ago. In many cases, they dig for these. So there are various archaeological digs that occur around the world, some of them on land. There are undersea archaeologists as well. And they're looking for artifacts. And artifacts are anything made or used by humans. So these could include clothes, tools, weapons, coins. It's really anything that humans have made, humans have used, that can really give us an idea of what the world was like. And it gives us a better idea of who lived there. And what did they do. In addition to archaeologists, we also have a group of people called anthropologists. And anthropologists, while yes, they are also studying, in this case you see an anthropologist studying skulls, they are less just looking for the artifacts themselves, and anthropologists more study human behavior. So they look at how groups interact. So in this picture you have an anthropologist studying holes in skulls. And in this society, it's called tree panning, where people drilled holes in skulls. In some cases for religious reasons, other cases for medical reasons. So they're looking at understand why people behaved the way they did. So anthropologists really look at how humans are organized, what kind of religious beliefs they have, social beliefs they have, and it really develops an idea of culture. So anthropologists really want to look at human culture and how humans organize and interact with each other and what motivates those interactions. There's anthropologists that are around today. They look at various groups of people around the world. We have an image here of some tribal members from, I believe it's Guinea. So even just looking at appearance, why do we have these spacers in ears? What is the ceremonial or social purpose of those? So really these questions are what anthropologists ask and try to find answers for. And then we have historians. And historians are experts who study and write about the past. And historians really want to look at a broad picture. So archaeologists, they're picking up objects and items. Anthropologists are looking at how humans interact, whereas historians are trying to give a broad picture and kind of a through line of what happened here. And they want to focus, especially when humans were leaving written records. We're not really looking at historians in the next couple weeks, when we're talking about some of the really ancient humans, because they didn't leave these written records. We can only look at archaeologists, what they have found, to kind of get a picture of how humans lived. But once there starts being recorded history, then that's really where historians are coming into play. So they're really looking at what happened in the past, what specific events happened in the past, specifically how did people live. And they look at documents, they look at artifacts that have been found, they read letters and diaries, and really they try to understand why events happened. And you might think all historians are looking old and sitting in a room using a typewriter, and you're wondering why they don't use computers. But no, there's historians that are young. This is my friend Dave right here. He is a young historian. So historians are not all these old dead men. They are around today, and they do a lot of very interesting research to try to study how people have existed and how we get to where we are today. How all of these events and these groups of peoples have influenced what we see in our society today. And finally, we have the last group of people called geographers. And geographers are looking at, yes, what happened to people, but really how these groups of people, tribes and societies were influenced by the land that they lived on. What about living on an island influenced people? What about mountain ranges could have affected travel and immigration? So geographers really look at the physical aspects of the land and how the environment, they're looking at really the environment. How did they use that environment to survive? How did that environment make survival difficult? And often maps are created. And especially as we get into the next couple weeks, it's pretty hard to figure out what the environment even looked like thousands of years ago. So geographers have a hard time. They have to use the artifacts and other clues that archaeologists find to really get this full picture. And with all these people working together, that's where we can really start to figure out where humans have gone and how they got to where they are, and watching videos on YouTube and this all the way from back then when they're using spears to hunt animals. So it's really just trying to fill in the story of life, the story of humans, the story of us.